Hello, welcome back to XOXO Clarina. I'm so happy to have you here. Today I have a video that I'm really excited about and excited to share with you. Everybody has what's called Twitter headers if you have a Twitter account. So that's basically where you would put a picture of you or a picture that you like, a collage that you've made, something there to represent yourself or your profile. I've been making my own Twitter headers for a while now, and I really like the ability to collage together my own stuff and make it something that's really my own, and that's another way for me to just express myself and present myself on my Twitter. I've learned along the way some tips, tricks, things that I do, ways to make it easier, and certain apps that I use to make my Twitter headers, so I thought that I would be able to share that with all of you today. Today the video is going to be on the desk behind me so that instead of me just explaining and walking you through it, I'm going to be able to show you my actual phone, explain to you how I'm doing it. You'll be able to see the steps, I'll show you the apps that I use, and it's going to be great. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so I put all the apps that I'm going to be using today on this page. The first one, and I will have these all listed below in the description box. The first one is PicCollage, the second one is PhotoWizard, Safari, which I'm sure all of you have, and then Eraser, which is optional. Some people prefer to use this in place of PhotoWizard, but I prefer to use this app. Alright, so first I'm going to go into my photo album and I'm going to show you some of the Twitter headers that I've done before. So this one has pictures of Alec on it. Just zoom in and I basically cut all of these out and I just put it on a rectangle. I have that with a different background. I have a Twitter header. This is probably one of my favorites, and I did this one for my Twitter. So this is a diamond that I cut out. This is a picture of me from prom, and then it says sorry for being fab, and then that's on top of a sparkly purple background. Purple is my favorite color, so I just thought that this was very suiting. And then I did a couple for my friend Amy. And then this one I did for my friend Callie. She really likes In-N-Out, so I have that sign and then like the In-N-Out palm trees down here, but I did those in purple to match the background. And then this is a photo of us at prom. I'm going to start by telling you how I find my background. So I either will use a photo that I already have personally, like a picture of a sunset, a macro photo of something that I have already taken, or basically the go-to thing, as you can see what my searches are, is to search for something Tumblr. Because when you look at things that have Tumblr in it, it's usually going to be a clear image, it's usually going to be very girly, and it's just more the style that I'm looking for. Everybody has a different style, so this isn't exactly how you have to go about it. But I usually will just search Tumblr and then whatever I want. So if I want water or crystals or a sunset sky. So let's search for a Tumblr sunset. And then you're just going to come up with a ton of images that you can use. So I try to stay for the ones that are landscape and not portrait, because that's going to make it easier and less pixelated when you're actually making your header. Another thing that you can do is search Tumblr sunset Twitter header, and then it will come up with the exact dimensions and you can change it and add things how you want it. I'll go in, ooh, this is really pretty. I probably wouldn't use this for a header because it's portrait instead of landscape, but I would just press and hold on the image and then save image, and copy comes up and you just save that image. Once you save the image, it's going to go straight to your camera roll. See, in my camera roll I have these 3 images that I've already saved. This is some sunset clouds, these are some pink quartz crystals, and then this is water. So I have 3 very different variants that you can use. So today I think I'm just going to use cats because that's pretty easy, pretty standard thing. A lot of people like them, some people hate them. So if I want pictures of cats on here, and you can change cats out for anything. You can change them for pictures of yourself, of your boyfriend, like how I did with this one of Alec. I took a bunch of photos of him. You could take pictures of anything or anyone that you want, but for this I'm just going to use cats. Once you're in Safari, again, if you want to find photos of cats or something to add, something that is not your own personal photo, I usually still use this Tumblr as the first word. It's kind of a keyword that will just usually get me to the style of images that I personally like. So you can do Tumblr cat, you can do Tumblr cute cat, you can do Tumblr clip art cat. If you do clip art, it's going to come up with things that are more drawn. So this image is going to be a lot easier to cut out. So then again, I'll just take all the images that I might want to put in and I'll save them to my camera roll. Alright, so I added these 3 cat photos to this folder. This one is a black and white cat with flowers in the bottom. This one is a real live photo of a cat, and then I have this one here which I showed you picking out, and this one's going to be a lot easier to cut out than the others. The next step you can use Eraser or Photo Wizard for. Eraser is basically an app that you can put any photo in here and you can erase the background. We just click on the erase button and I can change the size and width of this drawing, and I basically just erase the parts that I don't want there. I prefer to use Photo Wizard for this, just personal preference. I've been using it for a long time. It's a pretty old app, so I'll go in and add my photo. And I go to mask. So what I like about Photo Wizard is it has quite a few options. So you can just erase manually, you can do the wand button, which will just clump together what it can, the color button, which will mask everything that is that color, drawing, the loop will catch it in a loop, and there's a bunch of other options I haven't really experimented with yet. So I'm going to use the wand, and I'm just going to tap on the white background, and it erases everything behind the cat. I'm going to zoom in and just get rid of these little parts as well, and then you have this cat on a skateboard, and that's all that you have. To save this, I just go home, and then I click on the export button, which is the 4th button here. And I do not export it plain or unmasked, but masked. So once I click on this check mark, it will export it to my camera roll. And if I go right back over to my camera roll, I'll have the regular cat, and then I'll have the cat that is cut out. To show you an example of how you might cut out something that is a little bit more difficult rather than the pizza cat or the white cat, I chose this Tumblr cat, which honestly was probably not the smartest choice on my part because the cat kind of blends into the background anyways. But if you're going to mask something that's more difficult like this, I really recommend using this loop setting. So basically with the loop, what I will do first is I will draw around the cat as much as I can. So I'm basically just covering the cat in this loop. Alright, I'm going to still some flowers, and I'm not really going to worry about the whiskers. Then, this button here basically reverses the mask. So you can see that you've cut out your cat, and the lines don't really look that great, they're kind of jaggedy. So from there, if I'm doing something like this image, I'll just get closer, and I'll cut out the cat so it's more precise, and it doesn't look as choppy around the edges. Alright, now that my cat is cut out, I'm just going to blur that out a little bit so that it's not as sharp of a line, just a little bit. And I'll go home again and I'll export that not plain but masked, and it will automatically again save the cat right to my camera roll. Okay, for some reason my phone has been glitching out a lot lately and I need to take it into the Apple Store. For some reason when I did this one, you guys saw me cut it out. It saved it in the shape of the skateboard cat, but with this cat in the back, so we're just going to roll with it and use this image anyways. Now that I have all the images that I want to use, I'm going to go into Pic Collage. And I use Pic Collage because I feel that it's easy and simple to use. I like that I can manipulate the images so easily. If anybody else has a better suggestion out there, because Pic Collage does leave their logo at the bottom, and I don't want to pay for premium, just leave a comment down below with a suggestion. I'll just add the photos that I want to use. So I have the sunset, and the cat, and then the other cat that got cut out weird. Right, we just want a normal, we just want normal. What is happening? Normal. So I want to remove the border from all of my photos because I do not want a shadow or a border. Alright, and then for the background, it doesn't really matter, but I just usually put it back to white. Alright, and this is how I use PicCollage without getting this logo in the bottom. I'll basically just flip my phone so I'm working with it this direction. And I will stretch this out to the length of PicCollage. Make sure that the two that you're putting on top of this are at the front. So you'll send this image to the back. It's a cat on a skateboard, and I'm going to place him wherever I want. And if I want two of him, I can just duplicate him. You can have multiple cats on skateboards, multiple pictures of whoever you want. And then this third cat in the middle. Keep in mind that your photo on the iPhone app is going to go right here, so I usually try to avoid putting things in this area, but if you want it to look balanced like this, then it's okay to leave things on both sides. When I'm adding text, like to say my name or anything else, I do like to use PicCollage because I feel like they have a very good set of text to use. Hello. Text. Alright, so they have all of these texts. Some of my favorites are Impact, Beba Snoo, Hudson, and Pacifico. I just like anything that looks very clean. We all have different styles for how we like our text, so I'm just going to use, let's see. Let's use Hudson for this photo. So I'll type in just my YouTube name, XOXO Clarina. And then I'll go in and I'll change the color of this text. So I'm going to put it as white since it's going on to this darker background. And then I'll just do the same thing that I did with the other ones. I'll leave it right here. And of course, it's a little bit choppy. I have just random photos of cats and a sunset in the background, but you can use these techniques in these apps to create whatever kind of Twitter header that you want. So I'll just click on done, and then to save this, you save it to your library, and a lot of times it's going to ask you to watch an ad, but you know, it all comes with the territory. Another thing that I like about PicCollage is it does save all of your collages here, so you can go back and I can edit how I want this to look. I can change the background and use the same cutout images. Here's some other Twitter headers that I've worked on for people. This was my Twitter header at one point. I took a screenshot of a text that Alex sent me and I put a picture of us behind it. So I had exported that and I have it in my camera roll right here. Just for the sake of the video, I'm going to put it on an additional Twitter account that I haven't used in a while, just so you can see it in action. Okay, I was lying, I couldn't find it, but this is my regular Twitter. I'll just change the photo back after, so I'll go to edit profile and add a new photo for my header. And I'll just flip this around so it's the right way. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit bigger than you want or smaller, so you can just zoom in, crop it as much as you want so that it looks good. Alright, and then apply. So once you've saved that, that's just going to show up at the top of your Twitter. So as you can see, your face right here, your profile photo, isn't going to block it too much, but it will block it a bit. I don't know why my camera doesn't really focus on my phone so well, but you get the point. You get the point of what we've done here. If anybody wants additional advice, has questions, anything that you want to know, just leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer that. But this is how I make my personalized Twitter headers, and it's something that I really enjoy to do. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate any support that you give me. Don't forget to like, comment down below if you have any questions about anything that I've said, brought up, the apps that I've used today, and I'll be sure to respond to that. It's been great having you all here today. I hope that you are having a wonderful, beautiful, amazing, terrific day, and I hope that it continues to be a wonderful week for you. And thank you for tuning in. See you next time.